back in the day, we used to wear baggy size, like 42 jeans, 5X t-shirts on the regular.
That's disgusting.
Crazy, right?
That's so terrible.
We 80s babies.
Yeah.
So this is how we dressed on the regular.
Nah, we used to look at that shit when we was little,
Exactly. But this is
the
how
oversized?
This is how.
I mean, that was a style. Everybody was dressed like that.
So, feel boxed in.
For real?
My legs are too long.
Oh, you can't put your feet up? Oh, darn. That's no, he's gonna find a way. That's rude. You can't have your back towards me while we're recording.
I'm gonna have my head turned.
Anthony, the aesthetics. Yo. All right, whatever, man. Whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Nah, it's like the way she says it, like,
the aesthetics. No, it's true. Whatever, man. DK. All right, so I wanted to start off.
Oh, you look comfy.
I know. Got to.
All right, so when me and Anthony were dating, and even now, working so close to you. No, wait. Just let me get there. I would come, right? And it's like maybe... Shut the fuck up. It's like 3 or 4 o'clock.
Check.
3 or 4 o'clock, I'm ignoring that. In the afternoon, and I'm like, yo, I'm hungry. Like, what are we going to do? What are we going to order? Oh, nah, I'm full. I had my shake. I'm like, shake?
Wait, you're not a foodie?
What? Wait, hold on. Okay, what the fuck is a shake? Like, I had a shake too. I'm hungry. What time you had your shake? Oh, like 10 o'clock. Bro, it's 4 o'clock. Like, why are we not eating something? So then it's like, I be aggy, right? Like, I want to eat. And for me, when I'm hungry, I want someone to be just as hungry as I am. Because I want us to both, like, order that food with, like, all right, we're going to get this, we're going to get that, we're going to do this, we're going to split this.
Foodie
you know
shit,
what I mean?
Bro.
So then he'll be like, all right, if you're hungry, whatever you want. Like, let's look at a menu. So we order it. Food comes, right? So we distribute the food, whatever. I look up, within 30 seconds, your meal is gone. Clean. And you would think for someone who wasn't that hungry... Then I'll be like, damn, like you ate that shit mad fast. Somebody was hungry. No, I wasn't even hungry. I was good. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm not like, I'm focused on something else. So I'm not thinking about food. So like when I get like into something, I'm just like so caught up into that like hours go by. So I lose track of what time it is. So she's looking like, oh, it's 3 o'clock now. But for me, I'm just like, it's like 10 minutes went by.
When I'm eating, I'm already thinking of the next meal.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right. See me, I eat because shit tastes good, not because I'm really hungry. Like I just be like, oh, I want this, and I'm just gonna eat this shit. It don't necessarily be like hungry.
Like we went to brunch on Sunday, and we was going in like the fucking. First of all, we went to Rose's at Park.
Yo,
I don't know if anybody. Rose's at Park. Shout out to you. Hold on, gunshots for them. That chicken, Anthony.
I gotta try it now.
The
right
drip,
now,
like the grease was dripping from the chicken. It was so fucking good.
It was bomb.
And the way she was describing it, I looked at Mo and I'm like, you see, this is how I want people to talk about food when they're next to me.
I was like, I was eating the chicken and I was like ripping the pieces apart and I was like, you see that drip?
You see that drip? And I'm like, I love being friends with people or going out with people who like to eat. Like, we could just fucking go in, split. Here, you want some of this? You want some of that? And sometimes I just feel like with you, we just be like...
Ooh, I done put you on some more food than you done had ever.
Is one thing, but like, I want you to be just as excited. Like, it's the build up to the food.
Yeah,
how many times? And
I'm not a foodie. I didn't put you on the mad places. Like, you can't even front.
I just wanted to be a little more passionate when it comes to the food.
I didn't put you on so many places.
She
More
wants
energy.
She acting like she talks when she eats. She's the most quiet person.
Because I'm focused on the food.
But you need someone else to do all the talking.
No, like the build up to the food. Like, oh, we about to go here. And then like looking at the menu when you're on your way to the spot. That's like the foreplay before the meal.
Yeah,
like,
no, I definitely do that shit.
It is. I love it. Like, honestly, somebody asked me like, would you pick food or sex? I would always pick food. Always.
Damn. That's
would
hard.
You? None of you got quiet.
Nah, because honestly,
I would always pick food over sex.
It depends on who's cooking and who I'm fucking.
Right.
Okay, interesting. Didn't think about it that way. Because that matters.
Yeah, damn right that matters.
I just feel like if the food is bad, I could always get more food quickly. Like bad sex, you can't always like replace it to get better sex. You know what I mean? Like I don't just have like people like in rotation for like good sex. So if it's bad, it's bad.
Some people do.
Some people do. So then they would probably pick sex. But like,
I'm sure some people are like,
I don't know.
Bye, bloop, bloop, bye, bloop, bloop.
Yeah, I don't know.
Word.
I don't know. Anyway, let's get into the episode. That was our little light topic. All right, so we're gonna start with a video. Anthony's favorite. He loves videos here.
I don't know you to tell you what I could do for you. Like, what the hell?
Oh, you just
Like, what are you not understanding?
tell me other qualities about yourself that I need to know.
I'm my own person. Like, I get my own money. Like, I'm gonna do everything. I do everything for myself.
How does that benefit a relationship?
Because I'm gonna put into the relationship. Hello, you don't gotta do everything by yourself.
Why was that the first thing that you
What are you talking? Because
like?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, the man that's gonna pay your rent and buy you things that you want in your life. That's the type of answer you're looking for. You're gonna bring this to the relationship. He not looking.
But I was gonna do that regardless, relationship or
That's
not.
when we asked you. You guys started showing off what you could offer a man. You would have rather get defensive and triggered.
I don't know you to tell you what I could do for you. Like, what are you?
Okay, so when I watched this video, like, I feel like when I showed you the video, you had a different take on it, which I liked your take. But the way I got it was like, I could see how she got defensive. They both were immature, like you said, but for me, I don't think she really knew the answer to the question. And I think when they kept pressing her, she felt like, oh shit, like maybe my response isn't good enough, or maybe like for me, when he asked her that question, I was like, oh shit, like how would I answer that? Like, I don't think I've ever really been taught like what I could bring to a man in a relationship. Like, aside from like the standard shit, like, you know, we're Spanish, so it's like, okay, cook and clean. Like, as long as you know how to cook and clean, that's enough. But like, I never thought about what else do men really want from women in a relationship. So I put the question online on my story, and a lot of guys responded, and they were like most of it was kindness. They just want people to be nice. They want you to be there, like peaceful, take accountability, like take responsibility for your actions, be supportive. And so now I'm like, oh shit, like, do I really bring much of that? I think I do, but like, I don't think I ever thought about how much I could really like bring, or what guys really want. Like, I think we're raised to just be like, oh, women are the valuable ones. So like, men have to provide, and men have to be nice and respectful and sweet, and buy her flowers and buy her gifts. But like, who's telling us how to be with them? But when you saw this, you just thought they were being immature. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was just like a clickbait kind of video.
Yeah.
It's like they asked her a question and she opened her mouth and they just already like attacking her.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Which I feel like that's a lot of podcasts now,
it's
right?
Like battle of the sexes.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. That's where it gets down to, like, damn, do y'all even like women and do y'all like each other? It's like y'all just ask the woman a question just to attack her. You know
I feel like
mean?
they bring women on to make them look stupid, or like, look, this is what's wrong with women nowadays, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like,
to me, she says she's her own person. She's independent. I love that in women. I don't want a clingy woman. I don't want someone that's like on top of me. I want someone that got their own life.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I didn't really see anything major wrong with that.
Yeah.
I didn't think she sounded stupid. You know what I'm saying?
What else as a man are you looking for then in a woman? Like, what do you want a woman to bring to you, I guess?
I commented peace. I
Just
always say
peace.
that. Peace. Give me peace.
But what is peace? What does peace really mean to you? Just someone who doesn't pick a fight with you? Like, what else is peaceful?
Like, all right, if you having an issue, right? Like the shit spilled in the freezer, right? Now,
oh my God, yeah. I spilled the whole bottle of sparkling wine.
All right, so y'all helped me clean up. Y'all didn't just be like, "Oh, what the fuck happened, bro?" Like, or some shit like that.
Okay.
Yo, that's peace. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's just fix the situation. Let's move on from the situation.
You had go ahead.
I like that answer, but I also, like, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, like, are you not? You don't have to answer. Are you not, like, at peace with yourself? Like, because when people. Because when people say happiness, now I think about it different, because, like, should your person be bringing you happiness? Like, you have to have happiness for yourself first. So it's like a weird question. Like, I feel like you got to see, you know what I'm saying?
So I answer that. So I'm very peaceful. I'm very chill, laid back, and calm.
We know.
I don't want someone coming into my life and being toxic and chaotic.
Okay.
I need you to be on my level of understanding.
Okay, and you feel that way because you already have that within yourself.
Yes.
So when you say peace, you just want them to contribute to the peace you already have. Don't add no trauma.
I don't need no drama.
I said trauma.
I don't need
Same shit.
chaotic.
Because people bring their trauma into their relationship.
It's like, if something happens, know how to communicate effectively so we can resolve the issue. I'm not yelling at you. So that's what I mean, like, peace. So for her, I don't know because it's just a quick little 30-second clip.
Yeah.
She says she brings like independent. She can bring her own money.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I wish there was more.
Sometimes that's peaceful though.
I was gonna ask if you think her having her own finances could be peaceful.
Yes, because now I don't have to worry about. Yo, what if I start dating Tony? Your credit score is like 300, and you got like you make $500 every 2 or something. You know what I'm saying? And you had 700 credit score. You made more than me.
Yeah.
It's like now I don't have to worry about always like, yo, I can't pay my rent this month, and like that's stress that I don't gotta deal with.
Yeah, because you're
own.
her man, so you're gonna have to step up, and you got your own.
I don't want to deal with that. Like who's gonna want to get into a relationship with someone like that from the start?
Yeah,
I want someone at least can contribute. We can build together.
I feel like in the relationships I've been in, it's like I've kind of had to adapt to each person. Like you get to know the person and you just get to see like what situation they're in their life, and you got to see like what kind of support they need. Like I feel like in every relationship I've been in, I've contributed like in different ways.
Yeah.
Like it's never been the same.
Yeah.
And I also like find a little bit of myself that I didn't even know was there.
Yeah, because they bring different things out of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like, just like you said, like let's say a person's not good with finances, or let's say a person's not emotionally so stable, or whatever it is, whatever the issues are, like I find like a different piece of myself in each, like within each person.
Yeah.
So it's also hard for me to say, like she kind of touched on that, like it's hard for me to pinpoint and say like what I'm gonna bring to the table, because she did say it like, I don't know you. I don't know what you
Right.
mean.
Ooh, that was a good point. I didn't even catch
Exactly.
that. I'm grateful for the relationships that were challenging in that way, or even if they were toxic, because I feel like it brought things out of me. Like now I know I can really like, some relationships need more emotional support or guidance or empathy or something where like it takes you out of what you're used to, your comfort.
Absolutely.
So like I was raised in love and support, but like when you're with someone who's raised in chaos and like their parents were like always fighting and didn't show them love and they don't know how to love, it can be annoying, but it kind of just showed me how much compassion and patience I actually do have. So now it's like I know that if I had to devote myself to someone a certain way, I could do it because I learned that in the other relationships. But at this point, it's draining.
Here we go.
No, it's just draining. And I think essentially we all want peace, but I feel like we be saying we want peace, and then sometimes we end up getting back into, well, yeah. But I feel like women are more or less get into more unpeaceful,
I would say
chaotic
women,
situations.
For some reason, will tolerate more chaos than I'm not tolerating that shit. Like, I'm good. Like I've talked to women, and like I said, I've seen some situations where like the way maybe she responded or reacted to a situation. I'm like, oh yeah, this can't go any further than where it is right now, because she can't. Someone that can't handle pressure, like being a former athlete, I need someone that can handle pressure. Like, you know, in the fourth quarter, like when the game is on the line, I need you to be able to, don't choke. Like, be able to handle that, hit that shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but handle it how? Like, just not being like putting her emotions in check. Like,
yeah, like so. Like I was just using like the basketball or like sports analogy, because people, when it comes clutch time and crunch, when it's like some shit is happening, they just fold. They fold up, they cry, they just gonna run away.
I'm a storm out.
They can't handle that pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to be like, yo, I got it. Like I'm gonna stand there with you, like and hold it down. That's what you need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you see, like with that, it'd be a fine line because it's like, what is the pressure and what am I handling? Because then it's just like you're just tolerating mad bullshit and at the expense of now my peace, because I'm like trying to hold you down and be this partner to you. Like there got to be a balance in that. There got to
be a balance. But if you have someone that's like standing firm, you know, that rock, stand right behind them. Stand side by side with that person. Because if they're gonna stand up and be stand on the front lines for you or with you, whatever, just be there with them. Just hold them out. That's what I mean. Like,
so like not adding more bullshit to it.
Correct.
Like you're already putting her through it. Maybe just chill and not adding more. That makes sense.
Like we always talk about the kings and queens.
Oh God.
In the game of chess, you got the king is the most valuable piece, right?
Yeah.
Because once the king is captured, the game is over.
Right.
But what piece can do everything on the board?
The queen.
The queen. So it's like that's what you need. You need that the most valuable piece to be supported by the most powerful piece. You know what I mean? So
Okay, Anthony. Yes, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I like it. No, that's good. It's good to hear from a man sometimes. Like, I don't know.
Not for you.
Do you think about that now, though? I mean, you've been with your partner for a while, but like, do you ever think like, what am I bringing to the relationship? Has that ever crossed your mind?
It constantly crosses my mind. Yeah, because like
even so many years later.
Because we change, we grow, we move past things. Okay, where we at now with it? Like, you know what I'm saying? In the beginning, I think it was healing from our past dramas of past relationships. Now we're past that a little bit. No, we're past that a lot of it.
Yeah, but then like new shit comes up.
Yeah, now it's like, you know, like you guys know I have 2 kids. So now it's like, okay, how can we support each other, be there for each other, have time for each other, but also be our individual selves? It's like as our children go through these different phases and they grow up and becoming more and more independent, it's like we get more of our independence back. But it's like only 3 years has passed and I feel like I'm a totally different person.
Oh, yeah.
So we're constantly like, you
evolving.
know, learning about ourselves, becoming different people.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a lot of support. Like, that's needed.
Fire.
I got a little follow-up question, right?
Yeah.
For both of y'all.
Okay.
Now, you say you both had like a toxic partner in the past, right? How do you
say we had? Yeah, hypothetically. Yeah.
Well, Tony just said, you know, y'all heal from the past.
Yeah.
How do you handle when you get with a new person, a new partner? I didn't even ask a question.
Because we know.
What was I about to say?
We know. Sorry.
Damn, what was I going to ask?
You were going to say,
how do we not take it out on the new one?
Yeah, how do we not bring that to the next relationship?
Actually,
okay.
Not what I was going to ask.
Okay, good.
Shit. All right.
Good,
what I was going
I didn't answer for that, though. But
okay, you can answer that next. But no, what I was going to say is like, say now you're with your new partner, things are going well, right? Say a few months in, and he may do something that kind of reminds you of what the old partner did that was like a
trigger.
It was a trigger like that would start arguments in the past. So like something that, how do you handle that where you don't immediately spaz?
That's the same question.
I know it is, but it was asking a little bit different.
More specific.
Yeah,
you want to go first?
I think you're ready.
First.
You're ready.
Like, say for example, like you guys go out like Sunday. Y'all went out Sunday for brunch, right?
Right.
Maybe your ex used to get mad when you go out with Natalie or something, right? Mm-hmm. And maybe your new man did it randomly one time when y'all went out. He was like, "Yo, y'all going out again?" kind of thing. Like,
first of all,
you know
no.
I'm
going to brunch. All right.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, how don't you react?
Just give me the money for the refill.
How don't you react in that toxic way you did with the previous?
The good thing about being in toxic relationships is that it's usually like, well, I'm not going to say the good thing, but we're both usually being toxic together, right? And you can kind of see the person being toxic with you where they take out shit from their past on you. So me, I try to live by like, if I don't want it done to me, I'm not going to do it to somebody else. So I've always kind of like maintained that. But if I do get to a point where I feel like I can't control my emotions or my reaction, I would just say it. Like, I would just be like, listen, my ex used to do that. And so right now you're doing that and it's triggering me and it's making me upset. And then depending on how they respond to that. But I'll make it known, like, my ex used to do that and that bothers me.
What if a guy said that to you, my ex did that?
That's been done to me.
Really?
That's been said to me. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Okay. Because I just feel like women, when you say like another woman, like even if it's like...
It depends. If you're talking about the ex,
it depends what level of relationship you in. Because now, like, now that we're... Oh, my God. 6-7 years in... whatever we in. We can openly talk about our past relationships. Like, we're on that comfortable level that's like, I know you ain't trying to reminisce,
right?
But we you know,
there
I could openly say like, yeah, you know, this one time I was, you know, and this didn't work out, whatever.
Yeah, you share
or
stories.
And he could say the same thing.
That's
like,
normal.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're in the beginning stages,
no.
That's what I'm more like.
And also, what are you saying? Like, if you're like, oh, my ex was like the best cook ever. Her food was so amazing. Or I love the way she gave me head and love. Like, that's tough. You know what I mean?
Different.
Like,
talking about triggering type stuff.
No, trigger. I mean, but I think it's important to know what triggered you in that past relationship, so your partner can know not to do it or know that that's a sensitive topic. So even if it does come up, your partner can approach it maybe more delicately. Hopefully, like they won't probably do the same thing that the ex did.
I feel like I'm pretty good with starting new slates, but I have found, like, starting new, like with my boyfriend or partner, I'm pretty good at trying not to compare. But I have found that sometimes when I do get into issues with the person, then past shit comes up that I don't notice. Does that make sense?
Okay, give an example if you can.
Like if, just like he was saying, I think he mentioned it, that like if a past situation came up, like let's say there was disrespect or whatever it was, and it triggers me, like then it'll affect me because in my subconscious, I've already went through this and I'm reacting a certain way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's like, oh, not again. Like,
right.
Yeah.
So if you're doing like the same type of things,
yeah.
But I feel like overall, like I do genuinely like start fresh. Like I will think of it like, damn, this other nigga did that. But I do, like, in my mind, I can hear myself saying it, like, but this is not that person.
Yes, and that's what I do.
I hear myself, like, I've said it to myself, like, this is not that person. Like, this is this person.
Do you think people, when something like that happens to them, they revert back to who they were years prior? Like, if they were, like, in that kind of toxic relationship, like, they just get in the shell. It's like, it's like fold.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I think if you don't take the time to like work on yourself and heal, you'll always get stuck in that toxic cycle because like you're still on that frequency. So you keep attracting people like that. Yep. And then you're wondering like, oh, like why am I still in the same situation? It seems like I'm dating the same type of guy. Yeah, you're not learning the lesson. And something I always feel like, I mean, I'm gonna get religious now, but I don't care. Like, God is going to continue giving you the lesson until you learn the lesson.
I was going to say that, but I was going to say the universe, but the same shit.
Whatever. Yeah. Like, oh, you didn't learn the lesson. This is what you want. Okay, here you go. Oh, you're still not going to learn it? Okay, here you go. Something else is going to, now he's going to cheat on you. Now he's going to verbally abuse you. Now he might physically abuse you. You're not getting it. So now I'm going to put your back against the wall until you finally get it. And it sucks. Like me, I had to learn the hard way with a lot of shit. But that's how I learned. And it is what it is.
How everyone learns.
Yeah. No, I feel like some people are good with learning it lightly. They're strong enough to like move on.
Sometimes.
I don't know.
It depends. If they saw it around them and they were good observers, but most people gotta learn. You gotta touch the fire before you know that shit is hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just normal. So
yeah.
Even myself, even though I love peace now, it wasn't always that way.
Right.
I can't picture you ever being toxic.
I mean, I wasn't like calling your phone 1,000 times and going crazy like that.
What's your toxic trait? Ooh, that's good. I want to know.
Juicy,
or what was your toxic trait? If you're not toxic now, like, what do you think you did that really triggered women?
That triggered women?
Yeah.
So, well, I'm just not affectionate. But what I would do, like, if I knew, like, yo, you were just, like, trying to play me or some shit, I'm definitely fucking someone else.
But you wouldn't tell the woman.
I would just wouldn't give a fuck. I'd just like, I'm fucking someone else.
So you just check out.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck someone. Like, that is what it is. Like, especially if you starting to act that, all right, whatever. And then like, I'm not hitting you up like, you know, like I was. And I'm just like, whatever it is. And I could definitely be an asshole where I can super emotionless with people and make you feel like you don't exist and you feel like shit. And it's not even like I'm doing it purposely. It's just once I check out and I just don't care about you.
It's over, yeah.
I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah. I can't do that.
I mean, super cold hearted. Like literally, I've had women just cry in front of me, and I looked at them like it was just like whatever. Like, all right.
I could get there, but it takes me a lot to get there. But once I'm there, it's like, oh, sorry. No, but once I'm there, it's like I'm there.
She said, "Oh, sorry," and touched it more.
But I can get there. Like, but it takes a lot.
It takes a lot, and I'm the blocker.
If I'm really like, really, you know, obviously, if I'm dedicated to you, it's not. But I could get there. Yeah.
That's my toxic trait: not acknowledging women's emotions. That's my most toxic trait. Where like you can pour your heart out to me, and like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. That's my most toxic thing.
My toxic traits used to be the constant calling back to back to back to back to back. Like I was that person. Texting back to back to back.
My ex, I'm not gonna say her name. I love
she called you a lot of times.
Yo, it was one. Something happened.
Me.
It wasn't you. Something happened, and it had to do with like yo, I'm always just be honest with me. I don't care. You don't gotta lie to me or whatever. Something happened where she's like, yo, she's still talking like her ex-boyfriend and some shit. Which is, I'm like, cool, y'all could be friends. I don't give a fuck. Just keep it real. And she wasn't even doing anything with him, but just found out she was. So I was like, yo, you know what? Just leave me alone. I'm just gonna chill for like, I'll talk to you a little later. So I said, yo, just give me some time. I'll talk to you later.
Uh-oh.
Yo, she sent me like over 100 text messages back, like all of shit. To this day, I never even read them shits.
You never read them?
I saw 100 messages.
Yo, men really don't be. I'm reading 100 messages. I want to know what you gotta say.
I saw like the first two, and it was like 90 plus left. I was like, yep, I'm good.
That's a lot of messages.
I have not.
And I remember because I went to the
when
park.
It was too much.
I went to the park to go play some basketball just to chill out. Like I was just going to shoot around. Yo, the whole time my phone was just going up non-stop, and I was like, oh hell no.
Did you call her? Like, how did you resolve? Like, you know what I mean? Because you didn't read them, so did you say anything?
I probably just responded like, yo, I told you to chill the fuck out. Yeah. I ignored everything in the
But that's hard to take after you done poured your heart out 100 messages.
Yeah, and it's like
chill, like
see, I haven't done that. I've like called back to back because it's like if I know I fucked up and like you might be mad at me, then I'm like, oh shit, I just want to make this right again. Like, let me pour my heart out. Let me say sorry. Let me do something because I fucked up. Guys do that too. Like I had that done to me.
Don't look at me.
The guy. No, not you. Sorry. No, it wasn't you. You know who it was. And it was intense. But I read every message because I want to know what the fuck you got to say. You hurt me. Like, I want to know. I'm reading it.
This is also a toxic trait by me.
What?
I'm never sorry what I say to you. I'm sorry you got offended. I'm sorry you were hurt.
Yeah, that's you.
I'm not like, if I called you a dumb bitch, you was a dumb bitch.
That's tough, Anthony.
But I'm not sorry for calling you a dumb bitch. I'm sorry you got offended by that shit.
Her face.
Yeah,
guys, we have an audience. Zay is sitting on the couch, and
but that's what's true. Like in that moment, you was acting like a fucking retard. So I'm just
happy. No, but like you don't think that you said it out of anger and like you didn't mean it?
No, because you was acting that way at that point. Like so.
I love that.
All right, I'll share.
Like
you were acting. You're not a dumb bitch. You were acting.
So this one time, I'm gonna share the story. Man, I was driving home with my ex-girlfriend, and stop looking at me like this.
Oh my god, is it me?
No, it's not you.
Oh my god.
So
I think by this time, if it's y'all that you're talking about, you're gonna say it.
I'm gonna know.
So we driving home, and like and one thing about me, I hate when someone tells me I'm doing something when it's not that way. Okay. Like I asked my girl, I was like, yo, do you want to go to the movies with me to see this movie? Like, if not, I'll ask my friends if they want to go with me. So I asked her first. Oh, you just want to go with your friends? And I'm like, no, like I don't care, but I want to see this movie, and I'm asking you, do you want to go with me? Oh, and she kept going back and forth with me, and I was getting annoyed as fuck. So that kind of bothers me. When someone does that to me, so I'm like, no, like I just want to go see the movie. I want you to go, but if you don't want to go, I'm gonna ask my friends. And she kept going back and forth doing that shit with me to the point where I was like, yo, shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. Soon as I said that shit,
she turned.
No.
She did it?
Her daughter woke up in the back of the car.
Ooh.
As soon as I said that shit,
in
so
front
I was
of the
like,
child.
Fuck.
You didn't say there was chop.
And no, I had
right,
to,
you left
I had
that
to build it up.
Yeah, my daughter's out.
Perfect storytelling right there.
So was it fine before the child was mentioned? It was still fucked
It
up.
was still fucked up, but it's just the icing. Like,
I got out the car, jumped in my car, and went home, right? So I'm like, fuck. Because I was mad as hell because she was acting like a fucking stupid bitch.
Oh my lord.
So literally, I got home. No, I didn't apologize for that. I got home. I called her. I was like, yo, I'm sorry your daughter had to see it. I'm sorry for doing that in front of your daughter. That was my apology.
Not, I'm sorry for calling you that.
I'm sorry your daughter. I'm sorry your daughter saw this. But I was pissed the fuck off at you. I'm like, what the fuck?
As a woman.
No.
Not.
There's
you had your time.
Words you could just call. Why couldn't you just say like you being mad dumb?
Yeah, you being dumb right now.
Like there's certain words
you didn't have to say bitch.
Such as
that's the first and only time I've said that to a woman.
You know,
in a relationship.
Okay. You know, I don't know what's a word that you would call a nigga when he's being a nigga. You probably just call him a nigga. Like,
just stupid. I don't know.
Dumb nigga.
Motherfucker.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway, this is just those trigger words. You know?
Trigger words. Women hold on to that. Like
it probably wasn't even the dumb
it's
part.
all
It was
good.
the bitch part that you just. Don't call me a bitch.
And then you put it together.
But
Stupid bitch or dumb bitch.
Hold up.
That's how I'm like.
There's no coming back from that.
Wait.
No, but I understand your point of view though. Go ahead.
So you want to say your toxic trait?
No, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
I do what y'all mentioned. Like, I do be like, well, it's the first time. So I don't know if it's toxic or if I just want to handle the situation. Because I'm like
yes. Like, I can't let it go. I want to fix it right then and there.
I do understand the toxicity part of it. Like, let the nigga breathe. And
I'm not good at letting them breathe.
That's the woman.
But this is the first time.
This
is the first time, though. So in my mind, that I'm like that. Because all the other people, I was never like that.
Yes.
With my exes, bro, I swear, I would just be like, I'm be like, yo, I hope you don't talk to me for 2 days. Like, give me I'm good. This one, I don't know why I cannot. I'm like, nah, babe, let's handle this.
I'm like that too. Like, I want to fix it right then and there. But like, men need that cool off period, and I don't like the cool off period. I don't need to cool off. Me cooling off is us fixing it right here.
I never minded the cool off period. I was with the cool off period. I never minded it until now.
But you know what's so funny?
I always
minded women, because the cool off period is shorter if you actually just let us have it.
Yes.
The more you keep pressing it,
absolutely.
Like, yo, we can be good in like 30 minutes, 20 minutes.
When you call,
if you just chill.
text, guess what? He's gonna want to stay away
longer. If you just give it, just chill for like.
And by the way, it's a turn off.
Yes. Fall back for 30 minutes to an hour. I bet you will hit you up first.
Yup.
And it just be like, yo, what's good? What's going on?
You gotta do something else.
I start freaking out. Like, I get in the rabbit hole and I'm like, oh my God, he doesn't love me anymore. He's probably hitting up another girl. He's probably going to chill with another girl. He's not thinking about me anymore. He's going to break up with me. He's going to break up with me. Like, I'm not good enough. Like, it's a whole...
I had my ex, before she went on vacation with her mom, and they were on an island somewhere. I can't remember which island. It was like a family vacation. And for some reason, we had like an argument beforehand. I don't remember what the argument was. And so we kind of broke up. And she hit me up from the island like, oh my God, don't go to no one else. Like crying. I'm like,
that's what we be thinking.
And I'm like, we just broke up like yesterday type shit. Like, what do you, like, what?
Yeah, but other men can like.
But it's like, but damn, I mean,
you just never know.
But it's still like, what do you think I'm about to get married tomorrow? Like, we've been in a relationship.
Maybe.
like, I'm not about to, it's like, damn.
See, my mind goes there.
It's weird for me because, like I said, this is the first time I'm like that. Because, like, before I was never like that. So I don't know what it is. Like, when I talk to Nat about it, I'm like, my feelings really must be there that I'm like panicking. That's what I take it as.
Yeah, I take it like that too. Like, clearly I care.
Yes.
Because if I'm okay with you taking the space and not going to take, for me, I feel like, I don't really care that much. Because I know me. And I know when I care, like, I'm thinking of all the bad things. I'm calling you nonstop. Like, it's hard for me to respect your space. Even though that's fucked up. That's my toxic trait.
Yeah, but that's you fucking dealing and having to deal
that's
with
being insecure. Yeah, it's being insecure.
That's what that is. It's like,
right.
Yo,
but it's like, I wouldn't be insecure if I didn't care about you.
We've been in a 3-year relationship. You think tomorrow I'm about to be with like someone like happily married on a fucking beach vacation somewhere?
It's possible.
You never know.
You never know.
It's not
he
happening.
had the bitch in the back pocket, that black book.
The black book? Wow. 90s shit.
Word, but her and I at least got to plan a date sometime. It's not like she coming right over.
Yeah, well, that could be what you're doing on the space. Hitting her up real quick, like, yo, what are you doing this weekend? We're really thinking that.
It could just be an insecurity, though. Like,
no, for sure.
Yeah. Like, maybe something brings out those insecurities more this time around. I don't know.
All right. So, speaking of conflict, right? Because we're talking about handling it, toxic traits and everything. So, something that came to mind. So, I was watching, do you guys have Showtime?
No, I don't got cable or nothing. What are you
that's
about?
A streaming service, darling. You can pay for it. Showtime anytime.
Did you send me a link?
I did not, because I'm using someone else's password. Hello. I'm paying for all that shit.
So what are you watching?
All right. So anyway, I was watching Couples Therapy. It's a show on Showtime. If you guys have Showtime, it's such a good show. I loved it. Start at season 3, not 1. But anyway.
Oh damn! Skip 2.
So obviously, like, in therapy, they always like are talking about how like your upbringing affects how you show up in your relationships now. Friendship, job, relationship, romantic. So I wanted to talk about a little bit, like, I want you to think of how you handled conflict. First, let's start with how your parents handled conflict. Let's start there. And then we're going to talk about how you handled conflict with your parents. And I want to know if it shows up that way now in your current relationships. So does anyone want to go first, or I can go first? All right, whatever. My topic, fine. So my parents, the way they handle conflict was, and this is probably why I have the toxic trait of not letting things go and I want to resolve it right then and there. Because my mother, what's the thing that like keeps going? The Energizer Bunny. Like my mother would just keep going. And my father's chill. Like he would just stay quiet and he would take it. He never disrespected her, never called her a bitch or a stupid bitch or dumb bitch. The most he would do would no shade, just light.
That was the whole shade, but okay.
No shade, just light. The most he would do would be like go outside, play his numbers real quick, and then come back. And then afterward, they would just like kiss and they'll laugh and it'll be done. So I'm like, oh, this is the way people resolve conflict. But then when you get in a relationship with someone who doesn't resolve conflict that way, who kind of is like raised in a situation where there's no romance with the parents are always at each other's throats, or like the father left, then it's like, and there was no resolution to any type of arguments, then it's like I would always try to like fix it, let's talk about it, let's laugh about it, let's joke about it, and they would be so resistant to that. Like, no, you hurt me, fuck you. Like, this is it, it's over, and they would be like really avoidant. But then when I started thinking about how I handled conflict with my parents, for me, I don't know, like with my mom, I would just shut down. Like I felt like she would like go in and she wouldn't stop unless somebody stopped her. And I would just be so like taken back by the things that I would hear sometimes that I would just be like, oh shit. And I would just stay quiet. And then it's like if I try to defend myself, it's like, oh, you're being disrespectful. Like shut up, stay quiet. Like I'm your mother, respect me. So I think now in relationships, when we are arguing and I see my partner getting really reactive and hot, I automatically like just shut down. I stay quiet. I don't say shit. I'll just start crying. And then it's just like, then they leave. And that's when I start like, oh my God, come back. Calling them nonstop. So it definitely shows up like that. So, yeah. How about you guys?
I don't have like the connection. I don't know why. I don't know how it all correlates. But I can tell you like how I handle conflict. Like how they do. Maybe we'll figure it out. I don't know. So my parents, they would get in heated arguments. But they could go a minute without talking.
Really?
Yes.
Like what's a minute?
Even now, days. And then eventually, like little by little, they'll get over things. And it wasn't always like that. Like that was with the bigger things that they would argue about. Like maybe somebody said something, you know, disrespectful, or maybe somebody like mentioned something that hit, like, you know. So yeah, they would get in heated arguments. Eventually, no drama at all, but it would just be silence in the house. Like everybody would just be like.
How did that feel? Yeah. Like being in that environment as a child? Like, did it bother you? Was it just some like? How did you feel?
Like as a child, I remember this one time, like I really like confronted my dad. I'm like, Dad, like, what are you doing? Yeah. And I was like 11. Like, I'm like, Dad, you need to be home. You need to talk to Mom. Like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah.
Because I would see, like, because my mom was a stay-at-home mom until I was, like, 12. So I would see her emotional side of it. Like, if she was crying or if she was whatever, I would see it. See, he found a way.
You know, she getting deep right now when you over here with your fucking...
It was comic relief. It was comic relief. So what was I going to say? So, yeah, so... I would see her emotional side of it, but because he was always the working guy, I wouldn't always see his emotional side of it. I would just always see like the silence from him. So it's like mixy. Like, you know, they did have heavy arguments, but there wasn't always necessarily that moment that they kissed and made up. It was just like, you know, them having to talk about bills or them having to talk about something, and then they steadily were like, became like, you know, fuck it, whatever. Like, we good. And then they became regular again. Okay. It wasn't always like that. Yeah. But with the heated arguments, it was like that, yeah.
So how about you with your parents when you would get into conflict? Was it different with your dad and your mom? Or about the same?
So with my mom, I don't know if you believe in signs, but my mom's a Pisces. So my mom needs to say what she needs to say. She ain't trying to hold it in. Like, she wants to say what she got to say. You're going to hear her out. And if you want to walk away after, if you want to say your bit after, fine. But at least she said what she had to say. Yeah. So she definitely would get her word in. Sometimes I would be silent because I'll just be tired. I don't want to talk. Sometimes I would say my bit. But me and my mom have like a better conflict resolution thing now. Like we hear each other out. We confront issues and we're better now. But
how about your dad?
My dad's still the same. Still the same. We have conflict. Maybe there'll be a little heated argument, but now as I'm older, I try to like not have those heated arguments. But if there's silence that's needed,
you just take it.
Is. Yeah.
See, I never got into conflict with my dad is like so hard to argue with because he just makes a joke out of everything. Like he thinks everything is funny. So he'll be like, "Ay, ja, like whatever, get over it," type shit. My mom is the one that we could, because for me, I just need you to entertain me a little bit. Like that's another time. I'm really revealing these toxic traits of mine.
Hey.
Healing. We're healing through it, guys.
Because
all I need is somebody to like entertain my emotions or my reactivity a little bit. And then I go off. It's like, oh, so we're going to do this. You're engaging with me, so I'm going to keep on giving you more material to engage with. And we're going to keep going back and forth. So, like, I need somebody who's going to be like, no, enough. Like, we're not doing this. You said what you had to say. I hear you, but that's it. So, yeah. How about you, darling?
Well, darling, as you know, my father was in jail the first 21 years of my life. So, I never saw him and my mother interact. They weren't together, so I didn't have my father in my life like that besides me going to visit him in prison.
Yeah.
And when that came, it was just like, yo, it was
yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was weird. So I didn't have like, I never looked at him as like the disciplinary father. I never expected him to be interacting with my mother in some sort of way. I never saw him want to get disrespected growing up because my step pops was amazing. And him and my mom always had a great relationship in front of us. Obviously, they probably had their own issues, but never showed to me or my stepbrother and stepsister.
Yeah.
So that was always positive. Then my mother and I, growing up, we actually never really had any issues with like arguments, except when it came to school. Like my mom was actually on top of me with school. Like she always like make sure you on top of your like. Anytime she ever saw her get mad at me or like cry or anything was about school. School.
Yeah.
And I just like whatever. Like you know what I'm saying? Like damn. And now like to this point, like when we do like argue, I mean, I just have no patience with my mom. Now I have none. I have a lot and it's crazy because like I said, the story about my ex. That's the only time I've ever done that with any female. And I'm 37 years old. That's the only time it's ever happened with a female for me that I've been dealing with. I got to that point. That is how I get with my mom. Like this. With every time. Like, and that's why now, I just be like, all right, I'm going home. I'm leaving.
You just
like,
don't want to be.
I can't.
Like, can I say what I said the other day when we were talking about this?
Yeah, because I don't remember. Like,
perfect. I know you hate getting personal about us, but like the reason why I brought up this too is because when I thought of it, I'm like, yo, like the way you and your mom handle conflict is very similar to how you handle conflict with me. In the sense, and you disagreed with me, but like as an outsider receiving it, that's why I can say it. Like you and your mom will argue, and then the next day she'll call you like nothing happened.
Yeah, because she doesn't remember what happened.
She doesn't remember, but I feel like
it's different. I
don't know, like. Me, I would want to address it. You don't address anything. Like even when me and you go through something, let's say we go through something on Monday, we don't ever address it again. Like he kind of just talks to me like nothing happened. And that's how you talk to your mom too. Like nothing happened.
Because nothing happened. It's not
What do you mean nothing happened? Like I feel like serious. If we get to a point where like we get mad at each other, I at least want to know like what I said or what I did that made you mad. And I would want you to tell me so that way I could avoid doing it again. But like you're just kind of like, it's all good, don't worry about it. And it's like, no, I want to worry about it because I want to fix it. Like I don't feel like it's fully, like if we just keep sweeping it under the rug, is it really fixed?
Yeah, it's not sweeping under the rug though. Like, okay, I processed it and I moved on from it. Like I already knew.
How do you process and just move on?
Because I know it made me upset. And I'm like, okay, this made me upset.
So coming from like a person who was always into like, just let it go. Like we said what we said.
You are a let it go.
You heard me,
yeah,
super. So coming from a person who's like that, I'm like, let it go. You said what you said. I said what I said. But the issue comes if a month, 2 months, whatever time passes, and we having the same argument, there's a problem. So if y'all was talking about that same shit and the same shit popped up,
I see.
then I'm like, nah,
That makes sense.
let's talk about it. And we're gonna talk about it because I'm not gonna keep fucking arguing about the same fucking shit again. You feel me? Like, so.
Did that happen?
No.
Exactly.
So then y'all had an understanding.
Thank you, because I move on from shit.
Probably did. I don't.
So if something still bothered you, then that's
no, I bring it up, but I feel like
I see. That's my thing. Like I said, I'm emotionless. I don't hold on to things. Like I don't have all these like, oh my God, you hurt my feelings. I'm gonna be mad at you for no. Like okay, I was upset about this. I dealt with it and I moved past it.
I feel like if I hurt anyone's feelings, I'm just so like I want to know that you're really okay. Like I want you to tell me that you're okay.
So you have to be convinced.
I don't want you like you telling me you're okay is like, oh, like how's work? And I'm like, okay, I guess he's over it. But it's like are you really over it?
Yeah. Do I bring it up again?
You don't, but I'm like, maybe it's festering in him and it's like,
do I wait a couple months and explode?
No, you never do that.
This is what
I'm
saying.
That's so weird because I will fucking explode.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why? See, but that's me. I'm very good at, I guess because I'm an only child. I had a lot of time by myself, right?
Yeah.
So like, if something happened, it was like, yo, why did it make me feel this way? Like, I can. It's fucking weird. I don't talk back to myself, but I talk to myself. Like, and I like, yo, this happened. Like, why did this happen? Why did I feel this way? And like I said, when every relationship I've been in, I've never broke up with someone. They all broke up with me. And I'm like, yo, why did this person break up with me? Like, okay, this is what happened. Maybe I could have did this more. I could have did this. And each time I got better at it. So like, I'm good at with like self-reflection. I can look myself in the mirror and be like, yo, I hold myself accountable for everything. Yeah. That's why I always say accountability is my favorite word. Like I'm very good at holding myself. Something happens to me, it's my fault. I don't pass blame on anyone else. Yeah. So I'm not going around looking for an excuse or a reason why, like, you made me mad. It's all your fucking fault. Maybe I did something that caused it. So you know what? I can hold that. I can own up to that shit. Mm-hmm. So that's why I don't hold on to these fucking grudges. Like I can do that.
On this episode of Ant is a different nigga.
Right.
Like, because I can do that. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not, but that's what happens. It's like, yo, all right. Think about this, right? The guys that were toxic with you, do they ever hold themselves accountable for any of their actions?
No.
Do they try to place blame maybe on you, someone else?
No. The most I got was like, I could see how you would get upset. Like, maybe I did OD. And it's just like, that's not real accountability. Maybe you did OD. Like, no, you called me a bitch twice to my face. Like, you OD'd. Like, what do you mean maybe? There's no maybe about it. It's indisputable.
Exactly. And even that situation, I did call my ex a bitch.
I mean, you didn't really own up to it.
I didn't own up to it because I thought she was being one. But I thought about it. I was like, no, she was acting like a bitch at that moment. But I did feel bad because it was in front of her daughter. Yeah. You know, I definitely owned up for that. Like, yo, I'm gonna call you and I will apologize for that. Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. A lot of men have a problem with accountability. And it's just not like in a relationship. It's just in general. Yeah. It's like, yo, why couldn't you get that job? And yo, perfect situation, right? Remember last week we were talking about how women dress, and if they dress sexy, it's gonna draw unwanted attention. Yeah. Same is true for men. And me and my friend were talking about this. So two of my friends used to work security jobs when they were younger, right? And when they went on a job interview, they both dressed the part. Now, we just some niggas from the hood, so we dressed like, you know, back in the day, we used to wear baggy size, like 42 jeans, 5X t-shirts on a regular.
That's disgusting.
Crazy, right?
That's so terrible.
We 80s babies.
Yeah.
So this is how we dressed on the regular.
Nah, we used to look at that shit when we was little,
Exactly. But this is how
oversized?
This is how.
I mean, that was a style. Everybody was dressed like that.
So this is how we dress. So bad. Two of my friends went on their job interview, dressed nice. They just went on a job interview, dressed nice, more like they wanted a job. Right. One of my friends did not dress. He dressed more like how we dress normally. He didn't get the job. And he's like, oh, they don't fuck with me, or like about something happened. Like it's everyone else's fault. But you didn't take that time to just look a little bit more presentable. Yeah. But you blaming everyone else. It's not your fault. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. Men don't have fucking accountability a lot of the time. For their actions. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's important. That's why I always say, yo, when everyone asks me, my favorite word is accountability. You have accountability for what you do, your actions, you can be more peaceful in your own life, because you know what? If something did not happen for you, yo, look within yourself. Don't go blaming everyone else. Because when you start blaming everyone else, you're never going to find peace. Because you're going to look for a reason or some kind of excuse for what happened to you within everyone. And that's
yeah. Sorry. Then you're like easily disturbed by all the external everything bothers you, and now you're paranoid. I dated somebody like that, so you're speaking. Yeah, man.
Damn, I didn't get that job. The man trying to hold me down. Well, fuck. All right, I got the job though.
The complainer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't. Like the negativity, it weighs you down. Like you can pinpoint those people out, like that they always blaming everybody else, blaming everything. I can't.
Or yeah, some things can bother you, but it's like, all right, fuck it. You know what? Let's move on from it. Yeah. Like, why that shit gotta tear you down for months or years or your whole life? Yeah. Like, who wants to live in negativity?
Yeah.
Not me.
Well, damn.
I'm sorry for calling you a bitch.
Now, years later, she not even watching this shit. She not even watching this shit.
I'm about to slide her DM.
All right, so I wanted to
self-reflect. He thought about it again. He thought about it.
Now you're sorry.
Maybe I should apologize for
That's tough.
All right. The B word was strong, but you was acting out of character.
Acting out of character is better. You're acting out of character.
Say that. You was acting crazy.
Maybe every guy can use this now. Instead of calling your girl a bitch, just say she's acting out of character.
You was wilding.
You wilding. Like, yo, you wilding right now. That's it. All right, so I wanted to get into the next topic. All right, so rude girls, okay?
Not Jamaicans?
No, not Jamaican. Because he was, I love a rude girl. I'm like, no, that's not the kind of rude girl I'm talking about. So it's the girls who just hate you off the first time they meet you for no reason. So I have a little story for this. So one time I was at a brunch with my best friend, Susan. Shout out to you. And we're at a brunch with one of our friends. He invited us.
Most best friends in the world.
No, I don't. Who's those?
How many, bitch? Let me know.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot.
But they're my best. Like, out of all the friends, they're the best. You can have multiple best friends. This is not the topic. Of course.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You're It's fine. Whatever. Okay. Anyway, so we at this brunch. So my other friend comes up and he's like, "Oh, come outside. I want you to meet somebody." It was there's one girl that he wanted us to meet. So we in our heels, we're eating. So we making an effort here. We put the fork down. We're going down the stairs. We step out of the establishment. So when he introduces us to her, she like walks towards us and like grills us up and down. And she's like, "Hi," like mad dry with an attitude. And like Susan, Susan's mad bubbly and nice. So she's like, "Oh my God, nice to meet you." Hugs her. The girl was like this. Like she didn't want to be touched. And I was just like, "What up?" Like I just stood like that because I'm like, I already see the energy. I'm not about to overextend.
I'm surprised she didn't see that.
To me, it's like, why would you act that way? Like, we clearly have a mutual friend. You care about him. We care about him. We came out to meet you. Like, just fucking be nice. You don't even know us. And then there was another time, like, same girl. We ended up going to a dinner and she was there again with the attitude, grilling us up and down, didn't want to say hi to us. And then at the end of the night, we in front of the spot, we're saying bye to everybody. I just wave, like a dry wave, whatever. And Susan, of course, super bubbly and nice. "Oh my God, it was so nice to see you again," and hugs her. And I'm like, "Bitch, why you hugging that bitch?" Like, she was rude to us the whole fucking time. And so I just kind of wanted to get into, well, first of all, have you ever experienced this? Because you're the other. I don't think you've ever experienced this with women. Have you? I don't think guys go through that shit. Yeah. Did you? And like, how do you handle it? Do you just ignore it? Are you dry? Are you not? Like Susan, so her rationale is like, I'd rather be the bigger person and make them feel like shit for being rude to me, so I'm gonna just be nice to them. Like, kill them with kindness.
I reciprocate energy. Like, I just
me
be
too.
like, if you're gonna, I'm not gonna be like a whole bitch. Like, I'm not gonna be like, "Fuck you, bitch," like, and start conflict, but I'm not gonna give you the whole hand. Mm-hmm. No. I'm definitely the dry. Okay. Bye. Like, that's all. Yeah.
Do you get that energy from men?
Yeah, men be, you know what's so funny?
Hell yeah.
men do that shit.
I never seen men do. Men do it to you. I feel like that's such a bitch thing to do. Like,
because men act like fucking hoes, and I've said this before.
Nah, it's true.
Especially like, say y'all three, right? Y'all out somewhere, right? If one guy there like has a crush on one of y'all, and like I come up and just be overly like maybe friendly, like say you and I went to elementary. he's gonna start acting some sort of way. Like a lot of times that be happening. It's like, bro, like, I know this girl since we fucking was in diapers
It's not
together.
even like that.
It ain't even like that.
Yeah.
Like, chill. Dudes get overprotective and or that type of shit.
So is it that women, like when women do this, is it that they feel like the other girls are competition? Because you saying that makes me think like...
I don't think women do. Women just be on some... You know what it is? Is different for women. Women are always... They don't trust each other. Women just don't trust each other. So it's like...
Right.
What's her motive? Like, what's her MO? Like, what's
then we
going
just
on
said
with her?
hi. Like, I gotta have a motive?
Yeah, but women just be like, "God, she's sneaky. I don't like her. She stank."
Oh, yeah.
But also, see, women will hate another woman that's attractive.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Men won't do that shit.
For sure.
Men won't do that. But women won't hate a woman just because, she got long, nice hair. Look at this bitch. She just got her hair blonde.
Like, who the fuck she thinks she
Well,
is?
fucking little curls and her shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, these little hoop earrings. Her boobs all out, some shit. It's going to be some shit like that. That's how women think a lot of times. When it comes to situations like that, especially when it comes to their guy
But
friends.
I think it's because they feel like, oh, now she's about to get all the attention from the guys and take the attention away from me. And it's like, bitch, there's enough for all of us. We could be pretty together.
Right.
Like, men aren't going to just see one pretty girl and just focus on her. They're going to look at all the bitches in the spot.
Exactly.
And try to talk to all the bitches
And we're
in the
going to try to
spot.
talk to each one of y'all.
Exactly.
If I feel with you, I'm going to go to you. If I feel with you, I'm going to... It don't matter.
I've experienced the latter, that like, if there's a pretty bitch, we want to know the other pretty bitches. Like, oh, you cute.
You cute, bitch. Let's take a picture. Let's dance.
You
We
cute,
went to
bitch.
brunch. She was smacking asses. She was recording asses. Like, it was a good time.
Yeah, that was cute.
But that's the kind of girls that we are. And I feel like, luckily though, my experiences with women being rude to me haven't been as much as the women who are actually nice to me. Like, I've gone out a lot and had women like share their alcohol with me, share their hookah with me. The other night we went to game night. The girl was like, oh, you want to smoke my hookah with me? I didn't even know her. Her man was a DJ. We just smoked. I had other girls like had a whole pitcher one time. I was out and they weren't gonna finish it. They just gave it to me and my friend,
that's
offering us shots, because we not hate, like, we're just in our vibe, having a good time. And I feel like you can kind of like pick up on the positivity.
Correct. Some people know how to be social and others don't.
Yeah, like, what's the issue?
They go out, maybe they were dragged out, and it's just like, you could just stay home for that energy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like,
We've
yo,
spoken about this before. The one that they want. Why you came out then,
just
bro?
stay home.
Yeah.
And that, as I said, that happens with men too. And it's like, bruh, I'm good. I'm not trying to fuck your girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we just gotta just know her.
That's another thing. Like, it be the overprotective girls with their man. Like, they don't want you around their man. But it's like, who said your man is my type? Who said I want your man? Like, who said I would even look twice at your man? I don't want him.
And I talked about it before, just because I might like you, but I might not be your type.
Right.
And it's like, what the fuck? Like, people don't understand that shit.
I don't know.
I can count on one hand how many fights I've been in, but most of them, it was because I was with the wrong bitches and it was over a nigga. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
it was
yo,
over a nigga.
Listen.
It's true.
You know what? If you ever hear me get my ass beat because of a female, I'm not fighting back. I'm not fighting over.
I'm not fighting over a man. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
That's a lie. First of all, I don't want to be with somebody who puts me in a position where I have to fight for him in that way. Like, I'm too cute to fight.
But what I mean is, like, if I'm
I got my nails done.
If I'm out,
fresh blowout. Like, I'm not doing this.
If I'm out and like you think your girl is looking at me, I pointed that out to you the other day at the bar, right?
Oh yeah, the girl who kept looking at you.
I was like, yo, I was chilling, right? This chick kept looking at me, so I'm like, yo, tell me this girl's not looking at me right now. Am I bugging? I asked her. 2 seconds later, I think she's looking at you. She was with a dude though.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she keeps looking at me, I'm not about to fight this dude because that's not my problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. It's like, yo, what the fuck? She keep looking, but that happens often. So I'm like, yo, I'm good. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I'm not on that type of time.
Okay.
So.
All right. So last topic, and then we're out of here. All right. So. Okay, this is where I got this topic from. So I don't know if you guys know the City Girls, right? Young Miami has a show on Revolt now. It's called Carisha something. And so I don't know if you guys know, but like her and Diddy are like in a entanglement situationship kind of situation.
Diddy always is.
So basically throughout that, so it was her first, like her debut episode. It's a podcast, and he was her first guest. So, and there's been like drama with them because he had a girlfriend and she was like going back and forth with the girlfriend on Twitter. But he broke up with that girl. Anyway, so she had basically asked him, like, so what are we? Like, on her podcast. And, you know, like, the typical guy, he was just like, we having fun. We chilling. Like,
Oh my God.
like, you know. And so she was like, oh, like, you could tell she was a little bothered by it. So then she asked him, so, okay, so are you single? He was like, yeah, I'm single. I'm just having fun. So he asked her. And so she responded the same way, like, to be petty. Like, oh, I'm single. I'm just having fun. And so, but like, you can tell, like, I feel like when you see their dynamic, you can really tell she likes him and has feelings for him, but she's trying to act cool. And I think we've all been there. But some women would say, like, they're fine with it. Like, yeah, no strings attached. This is just going to be casual. I'm not going to get like caught up in this. We don't have to have a relationship. And so there was a reaction video with some girl that I follow who was basically saying, like, situationships are not a thing. They should never be a thing. You should never get involved in one. If a man cannot tell you out of his mouth, we are in a relationship, we are together, leave him alone, especially if that's what you want. And she had said, like, women lose when they try to play a man's game. A woman was never going to win. And I was like, oh, shit, like, that's interesting. Because now where I'm at, I'm single. I don't want a relationship right now. So anybody that I talk to, I let them know straight up, this is not going to be anything right now. Like, I don't want that. And so I'm thinking, like, am I going to lose at playing this game? Like, do you really believe that women lose when they try to play a man's game?
So they lose if they realize that that's not what they want. This shorty don't want an entanglement. She
wants a relationship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you lose if you have other intentions. If your real intention is just to be single, just to have a good time, then of course you're not going to get hurt because
you're not all the way in it.
You're not all the way in it. This is what you want. You're having fun. So you're good. So that's what I think it is. Like, I think that is in reference that sometimes women, and we know women do this. Oh yeah. They be like, oh yeah, we're just having fun. But I really like him, so I'm just gonna ride the train.
I've been there.
Yeah, we all been there. So nah.
I wanted to know though, what would we have to do in order not to lose at the game as women?
But I told you, you asked me this question. What was my response?
Yeah, but did they hear the response? The people didn't hear it.
I said, do not get emotional. The loser is the emotional one. Whoever is the emotional one that pours their heart out. And
I hate playing those games, though.
That's the because it can happen to guys too.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. That's why I said the loser is the emotional one.
Yeah.
Whoever is the one that catches feelings first and got going overboard. Because like, y'all could be in a spot and you can be there with the guy that you're talking to. That maybe you said this to. And he's just cool, yeah, y'all cool. But then you start talking to the DJ, the promoter, the hookah guy. Let's see if that nigga start texting you like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
let's see if he just
that's
leaves.
your nigga right now? ask that nigga for a ride home tonight.
Right. Like,
Socks, I kind of like that shit, though. It's hot. Show me you care. Show me you care. Yes.
If you ever want to know why
you like that, don't you? You saw me talking
I never gonna be that guy.
No, playfully. No, I don't know. I think you're right, but like, I don't know. I think the reason why I've never been good at casual dating too, like I'm forcing myself now. It's a struggle. It's because like I'm just naturally an emotional person. And so when I like you, I just like you. I don't want to have to censor how much I like you or overthink like, oh, I'm not going to say this because then it shows that I care too much. Or I'm not going to hit him up because it's going to look thirsty. I'm not going to call him because he's not my, like, it's just too much. There's too much thought that goes into it for me. So that's the only reason why I just don't like it. But I mean, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Like I said, whoever's the emotional one
is a loser. Don't be emotional. Don't be emotional.
You got to be able to detach from emotions. And I've dealt with women who were able to just do that. Like, you know what? When I was like, yo, what do you want? Or like, what's it? Like, you told me what it was? Cool. But then I get others where it's like, they think that I'm going to change just because we spent time with each other.
Yeah.
And did things.
You need to make sure your intentions match the other person's intentions because you're going to lose. Like, because you're going to get yourself hurt. Like, why would you entangle yourself with someone you really feel for? But that's not what they want at all.
Yeah.
You got to give that time and space. You know, women always do that. They're like, let me just be what he wants me to be now, then I'll be what he wants to be.
Then ends up super fucking frustrated down the line, stressed the fuck out.
He told you what it was from the beginning.
Yeah.
You can't be tight about it if he told you what's up.
All right. So yeah, women don't get emotional. That's it. That's the only way they won't
No,
lose.
no.
Don't be.
No.
Yes.
Wait. No.
So what are you saying?
You said women don't get emotional.
Oh, sorry. Whoever has the least emotions.
Don't get emotional. Men too. I'm not going to just play that on
It's
women.
more common for women. But yeah, you're right.
Are emotional as fuck too. And that's
You're right.
like a misnomer or whatever the word is. That men don't get emotional, but men be more emotional than women.
Stigma.
A lot of
Stigma, misconception, yeah.
They be more emotional than women at times.
Yeah.
And ruin a good thing. Like, oh, this chick she don't want nothing from you. You getting everything. She cooking for you sometimes. She may be coming through, whatever. And you fucked it up with
Sometimes
your
that's just their
ass.
move. Like sometimes women just cook to cook. Like I'm cooking for me, I might as well cook for you too.
men
But it's
do-
not like
Yo, men
you're
will
not
do this. Be
special.
like, yo, you're not my girl, right? But like, they'll see her talking to someone else and they just get fucking super jealous. It's like, yo, nah, handle that. Like, if she's fucking with someone else, you just gotta be able to hold that. Like, if you can't, then you shouldn't be playing this game. That's what I'm saying. I can do that. Like, I could fuck with a chick and she could tell me, like, yo, I was with this nigga, he took me out. And I'm like, all right, cool. All right, y'all had a good time? Cool.
Okay.
I swear to, I'm not even bullshitting you. I've deadass had women be like, yo, they out with someone. And it's like, yo, what are you doing? Like, I'm not having a good time or whatever. And they just come to see me afterwards and I fuck them. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, but you can't be that nigga that's like, oh, you out with this nigga, now you gonna come see me. You probably so, all right, whatever, cool.
like fuck it. Just come fuck me then. It is what
chilling.
it is.
You can chill with me.
Yeah.
A lot of men can't.
Entanglements
A
right
lot
now,
of men
y'all.
can't handle that.
These
Yeah.
entanglements.
To wrap this up in a nice little bow, okay?
Come see me.
Come see Anthony
I'm
for
joking.
your sexual needs and
Nah.
pleasures.
I'm
Or
crying.
just like
Whoa.
really be honest, have the real honest conversation with yourself, be honest with what you really want, and just try to make
Right.
better decisions so you don't end up in a entanglement situation. And that's it. All right, guys. So thank you for coming. I don't even think I
Anytime.
introduced. This was another episode of the Least Favorite Podcast, guys, starring Natalie, Anthony, and Tony.
Hey, y'all.
And that's it. So like, share, comment, subscribe, and
Play
yeah,
the
that's
right
it.
song.
What's the song? I don't even know this one. I think. It says Mama.
Did you play Biggie today?